Good afternoon, dear students. How are you all? Today we will start with lesson 2 in chapter 2, comparison problems. And in this lesson, we will learn how to compare between two numbers by using here addition and subtraction. So we will continue with the same idea, comparing between numbers. But in this lesson, we will not use multiply only. I will use also addition and subtraction. So first thing, I will read the problem, then I will use here the model to solve the problem, which is here the bar model. Okay, so we will start with page 70 and let's see example 2. In this example, I will read first the problem right here. This is the problem. So I will read it, then I will find the answer or solve it by using first the model as we learned, and then I will use the equation. Okay? So, Evian's dog weighs 63 pounds. Oksana's dog weighed 9 pounds. How much more does Evian's dog weigh than Oksana's dog? So here I want to compare between the weights for two dogs. The first one, the weight for the first one is 63, and the second one, the weight for it 9 pounds. Okay, which one is, or which one has the greater weight, and greater by what? This is what I want to know. So first thing, I will use or draw this model, which is the bar model here, to know the difference between the weight. The difference, how much more means I want to know the difference between those two weights. Okay, so the first weight, which is here for Evian's dog, okay, I will make it closer for you. So here in the first section, I am using here the bar model. So I will use the model to know the difference between the weights. So the first one is to Evian's model, or sorry, Evian's dog. So the model for Evian's dog, this bar model, and the weight for this dog 63. Okay, now what about the Oksana's dog? Oksana's dog, the weight for this dog equals 9 pounds. So why here I used this bar is long than this bar? Why? Because 63 greater than 9, right? So I will use the larger one or the longest one to 63 and the smaller one to 9. Okay, now this is the model that will describe the each weight here, right here. Okay, now I want to find the difference. So here I will suggest n to the difference. What the meaning of difference between this 63 and 9? This is the distance. This distance is the difference between the weights. Okay, so how I will find that? And by using the equation. Okay, so I will use the model to write the equation right here. Okay, so first thing, I have to use a model. I will use the bar model, the easiest way to compare. As we said in chapter 1, the last lesson, I told you comparison problems, to solve it you will use bar models. Okay, so let's here find this n difference. I want to find the difference between the weights. That's mean difference here means subtraction. Okay, when I said difference means subtraction. Okay, so I will find the subtraction between those two numbers or two weights. Okay, so n equals the difference or the subtraction between those two numbers. let's find the equation. The equation told me this n equals here 63 minus 9. 63 minus 9 equals n. So here I will find the subtraction right here. Okay? If you find here the subtraction for those numbers, you will put it here like this under each other and find the subtraction. As we said, 3 minus 9 I will borrow, so this will be 5 and this will be 13. 13 minus 9 equals 4. That's right. And 5 I will write right here, so the answer is 54. Okay, so the value of n equals 54. So this is the difference between two weights. So n is what is the answer for this question. How much more does Evian's dog weigh than Oksana's dog? So n is how much more Evian's dog weighs. Okay? Now let's find or solve exercise number 1 here, or problem number 1. We will continue with comparison problems, and let's read this problem and understand it. Maria's dog weighs 6 times as much as her rabbit. So here the comparison between what? Between the weights for two animals, which is here dog and a rabbit. Together the bits weigh 56 pounds. What does Maria's dog weigh? Okay, now I want to understand the problem right here. Look, the both dog and rabbit and rabbit weighs what? 56. I'm sorry. So dog and rabbit weigh 56 pounds. Okay, but this is the comparison sentence. I want to focus on this sentence. The dog weighs 6 times as much as her rabbit. So that means the weight for the dog is greater than the weight for the rabbit by 6 times. So which one is the greater? The dog is the greater, or the dog has the greater weight. Okay, now, but I don't know the weight for the dog or the rabbit. So what I have to do, I have to suggest as we learn. I have to suggest the smaller one, which is the rabbit. So I will suggest the weight for the rabbit equals n pound, unknown number, n pound. So if the rabbit or the weight for the rabbit equals n pound, the dog or the weighs dog here 6 times as much as the weight or the weight rabbit, right? So if the rabbit right here, as we said, the weight for the rabbit n, that's mean the weight for the dog will be greater than the rabbit by 6 times. That's mean I have to repeat the same way 6 times. N. Okay? This is for the dog. Okay? This is the way for each one of those animals. But how I will find this n? let's focus right here. To find this n, I will find it from this number. I know the way for both rabbit and dog. The way for both rabbit and dog equals 56. That's mean if I will add here all those, the answer will be 56. Okay? That's mean if I will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So I have here 7 what? 7 n's. 7n. The answer will be what? 56. Okay? So this is 7 n's means 7 multiply n, as we learned in multiplication comparison. If I repeat this number 7 times, that I mean will multiply the number by the number of repetition right here, which is 7. So 7 multiply n equals what? Equals 56, which is the number right here, the way for both bits. So I want to find right here n. Which number I will multiply it by 7? The answer will be 56. Which number? I have to think about the times table, and I will find that 7 multiply 8 equals 56. That's mean n here right here equals 8. So n is 8 pounds. Because 7 multiplies 8 equals 56. Now I want to find the way for each one of those bits. Okay, so I want to find the way for the dog. Okay, so the way for the dog will be 6 times the way for the rabbit. So I found here n equals 8 pounds. That's mean the way for the rabbit equals n. That's mean the way for the rabbit equals 8 pounds. Now I want to find the way for the dog. The dog weighs right here, the dog's weight. I have to multiply the n by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I have to multiply n by 6 times, okay? That's mean I have to multiply 8 by 6. So 8 multiplied 6 equals 48. So that's mean the weight here for the dog equals 48 pounds. Okay? So Maria's dog weighs 48 pounds. So let's continue now on page 71 and solve another problem about this idea. Let's start with exercise number 2. Last month, Kim trained 3 times as many dogs as cats. So Kim here is a trainer for pets, or pets trainer. So she trained 3 times as many dogs as cats. So she trained here the number of dogs more than cats by 3 times. But I don't know the number of cats and dogs right here. If the total number of cats and dogs she trained last month is 28. So she trained cats, number of cats, and dogs equals what? Equals 28. So how many cats did Kim train? I want to know the number of cats. So I will use a model and an equation to find the number. So first thing, I will draw a bar model as we learn. But I know that the number of dogs greater than the number of cats by 3 times. That means the largest bar model will be for dogs and the smaller one will be for cats. Why? Because the number of dogs 3 times. So this is the comparison sentence. So I will use it to draw the model. So the number of the number of dogs will be greater than cats by 3 times, like this. So here I will draw 3 squares or 3 rectangle, and here 1 rectangle only, okay? And I know the number of all dogs and cats equals 28. Okay? So here I will suggest, as we learned, I will suggest the number of cats. If the number of cats equals n unknown number, that means the dogs will be 3 n's. Why? Because I have to repeat the same number of cats 3 times. Okay, as we learned. Okay? So, but the whole number of dogs and cats equals 28. That means if I add all those, the number will be 28. So let's count the number of n's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 n's. Okay? That means I have to repeat n 4 times. When I want to repeat any number 4 times, that means I have to multiply this number by 4. That means the equation right here will be 4 multiply n equals what? Equals 28. Which number I will multiply it by 4? The answer will be 28. If you think about it, you will see this number n will be 7. Okay? So the number of cats, which is here n, equals 7. Right here, so Kim trained 7 cats. And this is the answer for this question. So this is the steps to solve comparison problems. Okay? Let's see number 3. How many more dogs than cats did Kim train? So I will continue with the same problem. Let's see. I found here n. N is the number of cats. So the number of cats equals 7. So I have 7 cats. What about the number of dogs? I know the number of dogs is 3 times as many dogs. Or the number of dogs, 3 times than, or 3 times as many as cats. So the number of dogs will be 3 multiply 7 equals 3 multiply 7 equals 21. This is the number of dogs. Now, what I have to do right here, or what I have to find? I have to find how many more. So I have to find the difference. How many more, I told you, is the difference between the number of cats and dogs. The difference between the number of cats and dogs, that means subtraction. Okay? Subtraction. So that means I have to subtract between 21 and 7. So this is the unknown number right here, n. So if I subtract between 27 or 21 and 7 like this, the answer, you will find it, is 14. You can't find it. I think the subtraction for you will be very easy. So the unknown number will be 14. So this is the difference between the numbers, and Kim trained what? 14 more dogs than cats. So I have 14 dogs more than cats. So this is our lesson today. I hope that you understand it very well, and thank you.